This is just me going like pacing. But as soon as I heard the mother clucker in the back, y'all, it's been 3 days. 3 days! 3 days since I had the good stuff. The only good stuff. Oh. Oh God. So good. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just realized what I said and how I said it. You realize what I said and how I said it? Like, it can be, you can use that as like so many memes. Like, you finally get your paycheck, but it's an extra comma in your paycheck. Oh God. So good. Oh my God. Right. You finally, you finally go inside the kitty cat after like months on end, days on end. Oh God. So good. Oh my God. Or, if you're a virgin, you finally, you masturbate for the first time. Oh! Oh my God! So good! Oh my God! Right. You finally get a girl that knows how to twerk and she has a big ass and she knows how to twerk. Oh! Oh God! So good! Oh my God! um I'm trying to think of another one. you you having sex, right? You having sex. Kids, go away, please. You having sex. She suck you off, and yeah, right? She suck you off, but it's still in the mouth after you, yeah. But she's still sucking. Oh, oh God, so good. I'm done. So, I feel like it's been days since I, reacted to a horror story. Hopefully you got your snacks. Ain't no cutter, buddy.
Toys R Us has officially gone out of business.
Oh, damn, really?
Buried next to Blockbuster and Radio Shack.
Really? Oh my God, yo. That took me back. Blockbuster? God. Some of y'all don't even know what that is. Oh my God. There was a block. When I was living in Maryland, there was a Blockbuster right. Why did I say it like that? Blockbuster. There was a Blockbuster right up the street. Oh my God, man. It was like, that was the same. That was like around the same time when Blockbusters was like a thing. That was around the same time when I first, I didn't, first knew about adult films. Like, I didn't start watching them, really start watching them. Like, I watch them on a daily basis. No, I didn't, I saw them, the DVDs, in the store. But I didn't really know about them until like years like down the road. But like Blockbuster, God, that took me back. That was also the first time I saw my first titty. Oh man, that's a whole different story.
Brings with it the harsh reminder that yet another fond memory of our childhood is never to be savored again.
Oh yeah.
There are others that are shocked that it held out for as long as it did. One thing we can all agree on, though, that even though the franchise is gone, the skeletal remains of empty stores still linger like relics of a forgotten era.
Okay.
So, before another Walmart goes in, let's enjoy those black holes of memory. These are Creepy Toys R Us Stories Part 2.
I didn't know you made it
If
part
you missed
1.
out on Part 1, a link will be available in the description.
Thank you, because I did not know you made a part 1. I think I
My
did
twin
part.
sister and I rent a small house at the end of a cul-de-sac. Beyond the tree line in our backyard is a chain link fence, and behind that fence is a closed-down Toys R Us store. Now, I don't recommend that anyone else try this, as it's technically trespassing, but ours is a unique situation,
How?
and we couldn't resist taking advantage of it.
How is it unique?
When big franchise stores go out of business, they liquidate all their stock. Most of it gets heavily discounted for the sake of clearing the shelves, while some of the nicer stuff gets packed up and shipped off to warehouses, where I'm sure they will be sold online. But quite a bit of it is just junked. My sister and I would just watch as employees would exit out of the back and dump load after load of merchandise into the dumpsters. Keep in mind that none of it is great quality stuff. In fact, it's mostly cheap stuff. But the way I see it, once it's in the dumpster, it's trash, and it's free. After business hours, my sister and I would wheel our rolling suitcase back through the trees, sneak through the opening in the fence, and go dumpster diving.
Okay.
We found a few neat things, mostly posters and displays for video games, some cheap action figures and dolls, and a few board games and damaged boxes. We would collect it all, put it all in our suitcases, and then head back home.
Okay.
Now, given that we are in our 20s, we knew that we shouldn't have been doing this, but we couldn't resist saving all this cool stuff that was just going to rot away in a landfill anyway. Most of it we kept, and some we gave away to friends, but we didn't resell any of it online or anything. After we had gone dumpster diving about 7 or 8 times, I was getting tired of it. There's always actual trash in the dumpster as well, that we would have to sort through, including old food. Ugh. I once had a fly buzz right into my mouth. Needless to say, I was ready to call it quits on the whole thing, but my sister pressured me into doing it one last time. Normally, we would go at dusk.
Clark and hey, I just want to say, I just want to say, with all due respects, I mean no disrespect. Hey, that rhymed. Don't call me a rapper though. Cluck you, sister. I'm gonna cluck my sister. Like you kind of forced me to go along with you. You know I'm a yes man or yes woman, yes man. You know it's hard for me to say no. So you use that as your goddamn advantage, and you're taking me with you. Now, if something pop off, every person for themselves. You feel me? Okay then. Just saying.
For about 20 minutes or so, and then leave. We didn't like going after nightfall because then we would need flashlights, and that would draw too much attention to ourselves. The final time we went was already after dark, mostly because I had procrastinated as I didn't really want to go. When my sister and I slipped through the opening in the fence, I handed her one of those tiny keychain flashlights and told her to keep it handy while she looked around. She hopped into the dumpster and started digging through the junk, which I recall was just mostly shelving and a few of those plastic displays for posters. I was casually pacing back and forth, watching the area around us, and taking the stuff she handed to me and tossing it into a bag.
Cluck is you talking about? You casually walking, pacing back and forth. Bitch, I'm like this. Casually just getting ready. If I hear something, I'm not saying nothing to you, sister. I'm just gone. So whole time, right? That you in a dumpster, like, which is disgusting. You know what you ever touch me in your goddamn life. Not only are you in the dumpster looking, I'm outside the dumpster talking about some. Let me hear like the smallest, tiniest things. Let me sense a weird or feel like some weird shit. Like, I'm bitch. I'm gone. Go out the fart. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Whew. Okay, I'm good. Sorry. I mean, we're family, so it's like, everybody farts. Everybody farts. Don't judge me. Everybody farts. And plus, we're family, so I don't expect you to judge me, even though some family members judges each other. So that's that.
For the record, neither of us had been drinking. We weren't carrying any weapons, and we weren't acting obnoxious and drawing attention to ourselves. We were barely talking. Yeah, we were trespassing. But that alone isn't enough of a crime for what was about to come. After about 10 minutes, I told my sister that it was time to go.
Okay.
She was making too much noise shifting around those shelves, and I was worried about getting caught. I was zipping up the bag when I heard the chain link fence rattle back around where the opening was.
I'm already out.
Now, in retrospect, this may have had nothing to do with what was about to happen, but a part of me still thinks it's connected. I didn't have a flashlight, so I couldn't glance over into the area to investigate.
Don't
But I
investigate.
had entered through that fence often enough to know what it sounded like when someone passed through it. And this sounded like that exactly. I started tapping the side of the dumpster, telling my sister to hurry up. She pulled out a cracked Iron Man mask and handed it to me.
Don't hand me shit. As you tapping on the side of the dumpster, I'm over here tapping my feet, getting ready to haul it. I'm over here, and all you hearing is this. Like, pretend like this is the ground, this is my feet. I heard like a mother clucker just coming like through the fence or like over the fence. It's me. Like, this is just me going like pacing. But as soon as I heard the mother clucker in the back, just saying. I lied to you not. I would have left you in that dumpster, like, I'm sorry. I love you. Not really. Kind of. I mean, sorry. I don't. Ugh.
Then began to crawl out of the dumpster. Right as her feet touched the pavement, the lid of the dumpster swung down hard and slammed itself right on her fingers.
Oh.
The sound of the lid falling that hard was like a bomb going off. I jumped about a foot into the air. My sister cried out in pain and cursed.
But man
Next
it up.
thing we knew, there was what sounded like a war cry coming from behind the dumpster. A man steps out from behind the dumpster and swings one of those retractable nightsticks right at my head. It was pure luck that I chose that moment to step backwards and dodge the blow. The baton made a loud clinging sound against the dumpster. The guy screamed like a madman and swung again. I yelled for my sister to run. We abandoned the suitcase. We both sprinted towards the front of the building. The guy started sprinting after us, screaming in a language that wasn't English or Spanish. At first, he was right on our heels, but my sister and I were both in pretty good shape, so after a few moments, we left the guy in the dust. Fortunately, we were both in our sneakers that night. The man then hurled his baton at us, and it clattered across the pavement to my right, but we kept running. Once around the front of the building, we began sprinting to the road and the crosswalk. The guy turned the corner and slammed right into one of those freestanding cement poles that are normally located by the entrance to prevent cars from plowing right through the doors. I glanced over my shoulder and I saw him hit the ground.
Don't
But the
glance.
man got right back up, like he barely felt it, and kept running.
Oh no. Something tells me this person is on something, or he's not from this world. Cause how do you run into? Y'all know what those poles are. You know the poles that, like he said, that's in front of those stores that prevent mother cluckers that don't know how to drive to be running right into the store. Those are some heavy duty poles. You run full speed or whatever. You run with no matter what speed. You run into one of those head on. You not just getting up like nothing just didn't happen. And this is also that's obviously a red flag. But this is also another red flag. You said that he was speaking in a language that you have never heard before. Okay. That's also another red flag. Because I know 72 languages. I know them inside and out. I know how to speak 72 languages. And I know how to translate 72 languages. And I can. I hate when I'm talking and I just lose my train of thought. I hate that. I can be having a conversation, but like my train of thought would just be gone within a second. How does that work? How does that happen? Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, nope, I lost it. Fuck. Yeah, oh, okay. Yeah, I know 72 languages. I can speak 72 languages smoothly. I can hold a conversation, with different 72 languages. And, yeah. Basically, I know all the languages on this planet. So I don't know what the hell you speaking, but it's definitely out of this world. So, I mean, so you speaking 72 language. I mean, wow. You speaking a language I have never heard before. But I know all the languages on this planet. 2, you run into a heavy duty pole that is meant to be stopped by a car. You run to it head on. You get knocked down, but get right back up. Like shit, like you just didn't hit that shit. Ugly ass face. Ugly.
When we made it to the intersection, I shoved my sister in the direction of our house and told her to keep running. This is the part that blows my mind. Not only was the man still chasing us, but he was still screaming at the top of his lungs and wielding a stun gun in each hand, both of which were buzzing loudly as he ran. And I neglected to mention that this man was not wearing a security guard uniform. He was just completely out of his mind. I yelled at someone who was idling at a stoplight to call the cops, and then I took off in the opposite direction my sister went. Fortunately, after I crossed the road and ran down a few back alleys, I ended up losing him.
Did you?
But I could still hear him screaming. I doubled back as I watched him run in between parked cars up and down the street.
Stop looking.
Clearly furious that he had lost me. Then, I kid you not, one of his sleeves caught fire. My guess is that one of the stun guns made contact and ignited it. I cut back around a gas station and made for home. As I heard the sirens approaching in the distance, when I got home I discovered that my sister was safe, although one of her fingers were broken, and she ended up losing 2 of her fingernails thanks to the dumpster lid. I know this story is kind of comical now looking back, but as it was happening, it was terrifying and incredibly surreal. This guy was dressed in a hoodie and jeans and reeked of sweat. He clearly was not a security guard or anything. He didn't announce himself before approaching us. He just immediately started attacking us. And I have a horrifying gut feeling that he may have killed us had we not chosen to run immediately. My best guess is that he was some homeless guy with some serious mental issues. I don't know whatever happened to him, but needless to say, my dumpster diving days are very much over.
Oh, there you go. You shouldn't have started it in the first place.
So the other night, my friends and I were walking to the movies at around 9 p.m.
Okay.
As we were heading through the plaza where the theater was located, I decided to stop and have a smoke in front of the empty storefront that used to be Toys R Us. My friends all paused to wait for me and pulled out their phones, while I lazily peered through the window into the darkened store. I noticed the front doors were locked with chains and a padlock on the outside, and I considered how weird that was, securing it from the outside where someone could easily break the lock and go inside. As I looked past my reflection and let my eyes wander down the rows of empty shelves, I noticed a glimmer of light from down one of the aisles.
Time to get out.
I moved a few steps over and tried to get a better look at what it was.
No.
And when I noticed it again, I realized it wasn't a source. It was a reflection. 2 points of reflected light were staring back at me, like eyes from deep in the back of the store.
It probably is.
I spoke aloud. What? No way. And pressed my hands up against the sides of my eyes to get a better view while my friends asked me what was happening.
Shut up.
The eyes shifted, then vanished, only for a second, before reappearing in a new spot a few feet away.
Oh my God. Yo, you got me cooked up. I'm not, yo, if I could say, okay, so what you're telling me, you with the bullshit, like you playing games. You're with this shit. So I'm not. Never have been. Never will. Right? If you're alone and you see two sets of eyes, right, and you don't blink for some reason, and those two sets of eyes are just gone, they vanish, well, bitch, I'm vanishing too. Like, why would you say anything at all? Why would you? What? The thing with the eyes already knows that you're there. So you didn't even have to acknowledge your presence. You being there was already enough. You didn't have to say nothing. You didn't have to adjust your eyes. You didn't have to do any of that. What you did. Now you're about to get clocked up. And don't you bring your friends with you. Nah. You go down, don't bring your friends with you. I hate when people do that. Well, no, because I'm kind of contradicting myself. You know, like when when something pops off, or you know, we're in a clucked up situation. I say, you know, if they go down and they say they're gonna bring me, don't bring me down. Nope, don't touch me. Get the hell off me. But now, if in my situation, if I was in a clucked up situation, which is rare as hell, right, and I'm with somebody, oh, best believe I'm taking you down with me. All right, just saying. Yeah, or I'm using you as like bait, something. One of those things are gonna happen. Yeah, I'm not just going down by myself, especially if somebody else is with me. Like, I go down, you go down with me. Now, if you go down, don't take me with you. Yeah, I mean, sorry.
I knocked on the window and called out to my friends. Hey, there's someone in there trying to freak me out.
Oh, yeah?
As soon as I said that, something large struck the window from the inside, and I leapt back. A metal bracket the size of a frying pan had just been thrown against the window from somewhere deep inside the store. My friends all heard it and immediately rushed over, but I continued to retreat backwards. In that split second after the bracket struck the window, I thought I saw the eyes shift again, and I saw a shadowy figure crawl across another aisle. Not walk, crawl, on all fours. Whatever I was witnessing was either a severely deranged human or some kind of unknown creature.
Or paranormal.
My friends started recording the inside of the store on their phones, but none of them captured anything except their own reflections in the darkness just beyond the window. I just dropped my cigarette and immediately started walking away. Even if it was just some prank, I was done. We saw the movie and walked home using a different route without passing the store. And to be honest, I forgot all about the encounter until recently. I guess when something strange like that.
No. When you experience something like that, you don't just walk away from something like that. You run like a mother clucker. You haul ass to the max with your Adidas on. Okay, please. You don't experience something like that and then shrug it off like it's nothing. That's like you shrugging. That's like you getting in a very, very bad accident, near death experience, and somehow you're okay. You maybe sprained a couple of broken bones, but that can all be healed in time. But like after a really bad accident and a near death experience, that's like you saying, "Oh, it's okay. I feel comfortable driving. I'm gonna go back to driving." No, I mean you can, but like to me, God forbid, if I'm ever in a situation like that. But like to me personally, if I was in a car accident like that, near death experience, right, sprained, couple of broken bones, in a hospital for like months. Don't even like hospitals, but I would have came out that traumatized. I lied to you not. I would have been. I probably would never be comfortable in a car, regardless if I made that accident happen or somebody else did. It's like certain things you just don't do again. It's like having sex with somebody and you like no. Yeah, that's like having sex with somebody and you didn't know that they had like a disease and don't use no protection, and then come to find out after you did that, you got her disease. You know? It's like you don't learn from your mistakes. You keep doing that, and then you have like multiple diseases, and then you give other people like, no, what?
Happens, something that we cannot explain. Our subconscious just swallows it, choosing to overlook it because it doesn't make any sense.
Pause. I'm not swallowing nothing.
It can't be categorized, so it just doesn't reflect on it. I did some research, and the building is set to be demolished next month. I can't help but wonder, were those chains on the door meant to keep people out, or to keep something inside?
Regardless of the fact, shouldn't have never did that.
I'm part of an exclusive girls-only paintball club.
Oh yeah.
Normally we meet about 8 or 10 times during the summer months to battle in designated paintball areas. But on occasion during the off months, we choose an isolated private location to meet instead. When the economy crashed back in '08, my neighboring town went to shit, and most of its residents took off. There was an abandoned shopping plaza that was hidden behind a small section of woods that used to house a Toys R Us, a Kmart, and a Goodwill, before the whole thing was shut down. It's been deserted so long that 6-inch grass is growing up in between the cracks in the parking lot.
Damn.
Of course, there were chains and fences blocking off the property, but after scoping it out, my girlfriends and I concluded that it wasn't being monitored, and security wasn't making regular stops, so we decided to turn it into our battlefield.
That's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay. I was gonna ask you if I can have some.
Here, come on. That's good. She's the only exception. Well, her and like baby girl, but like I don't really have a baby girl at the moment. I'm not in a relationship at the moment. That's besides the point. I'm not looking. You know, I'm just trying to do me, focus on me. You feel me? Even though it's temptation all over the place. All right, I lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Just because you don't physically see nobody monitoring, monitoring. There we go. Right, and just because you don't see it on cameras, don't mean that it's not being watched. You feel me? All where I'm getting at is, depending on how long that Toys R Us, that specific Toys R Us in this story, has been out of business, closed down, there could be ghosts all over the goddamn place. That's all I'm saying. Spirits, orbs, just having a good old time. Right? But the second you walk in, they're looking at you like music stops. Everybody stops and just looks at you. But you don't see them, but they can see you. Whole time they just...
We broke open a few doors so that we could run through the abandoned stores and make it more fun.
Right.
Plenty of furniture and shelving had been left abandoned, and we dragged some of it out to the parking lot to use it as obstacles for cover. We spent most of our Saturday afternoon there paintballing and recoloring the place with blotches of red and blue everywhere. We were enjoying ourselves until we heard over the radio the emergency notice to stand down, as someone had been injured. We all gathered in what used to be the Toys R Us stock.
I was wondering if you're finished with that and your mom comes home, we can watch a movie.
Yeah, we might.
And we can eat that popcorn.
If it's not already finished.
And if there is no more, we can make some more.
No. Okay.
I was gonna ask something like
Room. We discovered that our friend had fallen into a shaft that had been hidden underneath a tarp lying on the floor.
Well.
It was about an 8-foot drop.
Leave him.
And was only accessible by a ladder that led down into a basement area.
Leave him.
Our friend was bruised and shaken.
Oh, that sucks.
But she would be fine. A few of us helped her climb out.
Oh, she.
But myself and 3 others took flashlights down into the section of basement, and we soon discovered something very unnerving. There was a row of iron shackles bolted into the wall. There were scratch marks on the floor and wall, with what looked to be dried blood. It resembled some kind of torture chamber.
Oh.
A feeling of dread overwhelmed me.
No.
I can't explain it, but have you ever been to a place where you could just tell something terrible had happened there? The iron chains did not appear to be that old. One of my friends approached one of the scratch marks on the wall. She then turned to the rest of us. This is fresh. We gathered up our crew and left, making sure to take everything with us that may have left clues as to who exactly we were. We anonymously reported our findings to the police and never returned to that property again.
I would have left and not said nothing to anyone. Especially if I went there with my peoples. We would have all agreed on...
There's always a reason to be afraid.
Like I said, if I was with my friends in that last story and we seen that, I would have never said nothing, right? We would have all agreed on to never speak of this again, right? Because I didn't see nothing. Did you see something? Nah, I didn't see nothing. Oh, okay. You saw something? Oh, yeah, bet. Oh, hey. I'm dead ass serious. Never speak of this night, ever. This whole day, ever, again. Okay? Promise? Pinky promise? Okay. You know, you break... Let me tell y'all something about pinky promises. Pinky promises are like the most important, most crucial, most carefully supported, loved promise you can never keep. You know? Pinky promise is like, I don't know, it's like, it's a rule in the universe. You make a pinky promise, you don't break that. And if you do, you better have a damn good explanation. Damn good. And even then, you shouldn't break it. But if you do, it better been like, yo, I was about to die, or somebody that I knew was about to die. That's why I had to break the pinky promise after 27 years. You know, what's the longest promise you have ever kept and still keeping to this day? I want to say the longest promise I have ever kept would have to be going on about 7 years. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. I did not know Toys R Us was out of business. Is that true? Because if it is, damn. And is Baby R Us still in business, or are they about to go out of business, or are they out of business? And what happened to Blockbuster? Like, did a company buy that, or they just went like out of business? Because to me, back in the day, that was just like the spot to be. You feel me? Well, it wasn't a spot to be just because, like, where my Blockbuster was, it was like the hangout spot. So, I mean, you know, it's just a place to be. Yeah. You with me, when something clucked up happens, just be prepared for me not to be there. You know? You fall into a hole, or you get snatched the hell up. Don't yell for me, don't call for me. Don't do anything to try to get my attention, because at that point in time, at that moment in time, I'm gonna act like I'm deaf, and I'm gonna act like I didn't hear you at all. I'm gonna act like I don't even know you. Sorry. I don't care if we were best friends for like 20 years. I don't know you, or something pop off. I don't care if we've been, you know, I don't care if we brothers are, you know, brother and sister. You know, we can be, you know, I don't care if we're in a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. I don't care if we're married. You know, and that relationship was like 41 years old, you know, still going strong, right? Because our connection is just that strong. But if you get in a clucked up situation, don't call me, don't text me, don't do nothing to try to get my attention. So that's it. I'm leaving you. I don't care who you are. Sorry. And don't act surprised either. I heard. I'm coming. Yeah. So don't act surprised. And plus, I already told you in the beginning, the very first date. Hi, my name is Marcus. I'm outgoing. I love going to the movies. If something pop off, I'm leaving you within seconds. I like to watch Netflix. Go to the pool. I love the beach. You know, I'm a people's person. I love talking to people. I'm going to leave your eyes if something pop off. I like playing games. You know, I like to jog. Not really. I like to run when necessary. I don't just like running for fun. Who does that? You're weird if you do. I'm just playing. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy. My family.